Hello friends. In this video we will see or learn that sometimes the smallest acts of kindness can become the greatest light. In someone's darkest moment, in a quiet valley surrounded by misty mountains lay a village called Varan Hollow, divided by a deep and unpredictable river that looked calm by day but dangerous by night. The only way across was a wooden ferry guided by a humble boatman named Rowan, a man known throughout the valley for one reason. He never refused anyone passage, no matter how late, cold, or stormy it was. Villagers often wondered why he risked his life for strangers, but Rowan would simply lift his lantern and say that someday someone might be waiting for him too. One foggy autumn night, just as Rowan was securing his boat, he heard a faint bell ringing from the opposite shore, a desperate sound nearly swallowed by the thick mist. Without hesitation, he pushed his boat into the dark waters and followed the sound until he found a frightened young woman holding a small child beneath a bent willow tree. Their village had been struck by a landslide, and after hours of walking, Rowan was their last hope. As they began the journey back, the river grew restless and the boat suddenly struck a hidden rock, letting icy water seep inside. But Rowan remained calm and guided the ferry forward inch by inch until the warm lights of the village appeared through the fog. Grateful and shaken, the woman finally asked why he chose such a dangerous life, and for the first time, Rowan revealed his secret. Many years ago he had arrived at this very river with his younger brother, begging a boatman to take them across before nightfall, but the man refused and told them to return in the morning. The night turned bitterly cold, and by sunrise Rowan's brother was gone, not taken by the river but by the weight. And in that painful silence Rowan promised himself that no one seeking help would ever be left behind again. Years later, when relentless rains caused the river to rise and swallow the banks, villagers watched in fear as homes flooded and cries for help echoed across the water. Though the current was fierce and the journey nearly impossible, Rowan lit his lantern and crossed again and again, rescuing trembling families until the storm surrendered to dawn, and as exhausted survivors stood safely on higher ground, they realized the quiet boatman was more than a ferryman. He was the light that guided them through their darkest hours. Over time, travelers began calling Varan Hollow the Village of the Lantern, because even on the blackest nights a golden glow could always be seen drifting across the river, reminding everyone that true heroes are not always the loudest or the strongest, but often the ones who simply show up when it matters most. So friends, from this video we have learnt this lesson. Never underestimate the power of being there for someone, because your presence alone might save a life or restore hope when it is needed the most. We'll meet again with a next video. Till then, take care.